Good morning, everybody. My mic was muted there for a second. Morning, Mac.
Good morning, gentlemen.
All right, so I see we've got a couple of viewers here already. Morning, Dave. Sorry about your back, buddy. Lie down, put some, good stuff in a glass for you and, help yourself there, make yourself feel comfortable. Morning, Geert, Christer, Tommy. Good morning, good morning. So we are in Newcastle. It's an airport I don't visit frequently, and I just thought yesterday when I made the plan, it's time. And I'm obviously in the latest Explain beta. I'm sure some of you have seen it already. The question has been asked a few times, why do we need to make a laminar ID? And I suppose it's for the shop that's coming, and then obviously they're going to keep your product ID, the thing you bought to get your license, basically. The license of Explain is kept in there. So we're looking forward to the development of that, and that built-in shop that's coming into Explain. We'll see what happens with that one. I also noticed that we now have 2 sound cards available in Explain, and you can physically select one for radios and one for all the external sounds. I had a bit of trouble setting it up because I'm using a product called Sonar, and anyway, I figured it out. It was just persistent. Just keep on selecting it, it drops it, keep on selecting it, all of a sudden it takes it. So, it's one of those things. Then, I see Kevin is already going there on his way. What's the other thing? Oh, yes, then Navigraph. Navigraph came up with this brilliant new addition. All those little aircraft down there, all you need to do is select the little aircraft, then you switch it on, and then you select your network, VATSIM or iVAO. In our instance here, it's obviously iVAO, and then you can see ATC, and you can see your buddies flying around. So see ATC over there, really brilliant. So again, you click on your little aircraft, you just switch it on, select your network. That's all you need to do there. Once you click on the ATC, you obviously get your ATIS and everything there. So this is information Bravo, recorded at 800 Zulu. That's very recent. There's your QNH 1015. There's your runways, arrival 24, departure 24. I believe that's what we set up. And it's easy to get your information. Same goes for that side. You just have to click on the little banner to get the information. So we have departure runway 24, arrival runway 18, right? It's the far one, so we're going to taxi a little bit. The taxi is probably going to be as long as the actual flight. Joking, but you know what I mean. All right. Then the other thing that is nice to have is when you click here on the top, you can go to weather. I think this is obviously old, but it's nice to have a look at it for guys that are new to the product. So once you've clicked it, you can set your flight level. I don't know what flight level we're going to be flying at, but you can set your flight level. It's probably going to be something like, I don't know, 35. Come on. Why is it so difficult? A huge jump in between. Right, there we go. So there's flight level 350. And then obviously you can set your layers. So I've got the weather radar, I've got icing and cloud cover. You can put in, some other stuff. There's turbulence, it kicks off the radar, it seems. And then jet streams, things like that, and then you'll see which ones can work together and which ones can't work together. There's your jet streams. So you guys must just go play a little bit with it. I like the radar one, and I like the icing one, and I like the clouds one. These clouds.
And the other one is if you zoom right in on the airport, the parking spots, Nico.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, yeah, this is very helpful for group flights, or if you fly online, obviously. because you can see which parking spots are actually occupied, and then that's obviously me over there, and then we've got all the other guys in the surrounding areas. There's Kevin. See. So I like this update. It's really nice. I like seeing all the weather. Look at that. There's some water over there. Anyway, just thought we'd run through a couple of things. All right, now I'm going to do something a little bit different. You guys are probably used to it by now. I've done many tutorials on it.
Skymatix 04, line up and take off, runway 25.
I'm just going to turn the volume down quickly. I've done a lot of tutorials doing flight planning from Navigraph, then sending it to SimBrief. So for Uncle John's benefit this morning, I'm going to do it slightly different. We're going to go and actually do the flight planning in the VA to the best of our abilities, then send it to SimBrief, and then we're going to import it into Navigraph and see what the difference is then. So let me just grab, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. Just move this thing across. Oh, something is eating my CPU again this morning, Mac. It's not that nice when you feel like somebody's pulling a handbrake. Okay, all right, so let's see if Edge can see that window. Yes, Edge can see the window. So I'm going to be quick. I'm just going to copy and paste and do whatever, because I mean, I know what I need. So let me get to my planned flights in Discord. All right, so if we go to the VA, we want to do that flight. We're going to generate the SimBrief for it. Right, so this comes from my actual flight plan I've already done. Okay, in your instance, you might not have it. You might just have the default that we just had, you know, so it's going to be much of a muchness. I just like to have it with more control. Let's stick to this. Let's just keep it basic. Is that actually the same plan? Yeah, it looks right. See, now, my only predicament is when you leave this on auto and you don't specify the runways, and we've clearly checked the runways. We now know, if we go and look at the ATIS, we now know that we use runway 27. Oh, well, it's 25 in the VA. Why did they have 27? Did the runways change now, I suppose? 25, 27, good enough. It's close enough. We'll keep to 25 and then let's just go check it. Hold on. This is a little bit confusing. So we're going to just check it and then reload if we have to. Yeah, it's 25. That's probably from real world or something coming in now, but we've got 25. Okay. So I don't know where these guys get 27 from. Let's change it. 27 unknown.
Right airport.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, there is no 27 unless they've got very old software. I don't know. There's definitely a mismatch. But so what? We're on 25. That's fine. If we go check the ATIS there at Amsterdam, we know we're going to use 18 for the arrival. So it's easy enough now. 18, right? So we're going to leave that as is. We have to select the Zibo. And then I just do my contingency fuel and I put on my automatic step climb. Very important for me. I'm going to limit my alternate airports to 1 because I don't want extra fuel if I'm not going to use it. And that's it. So we're going to quickly generate this flight. So whether you do it on the VA website or whether you do it in SimBrief, the fact is you need something to be generated, right? So we're going to get that OFP going. Morning, Mark. Jet Power, I think I said hello, but if I didn't, hello again to you too. 5 miles from it. Excellent, Mark. Well done. That's nice. I'm not that close to any of our airports, but depending on which runways they use, they do fly quite close by. Right, so this has been dispatched. Let me get my ACARs and let me also go do the IVAO flight plan thing. Right, so that's it. All right, so there's definitely a step climb. That's impossible. We need to go back and just quickly have a look, see. Do 3 and we go up to 3.5. All right, so there's definitely a change there, and then we're just going to submit it so we have it. All right. Okay, good morning. Type in exclamation mark and then PC, all one word, just the 3 characters, and press enter. Then the bot should give you my PC specs. Then you can decide whether it's beefy or not. I think it is, but you know, who knows? It's already old, man. It's 2 years. It's ancient, but have a look. The other thing is, remember, I use AMD graphics. And I tell you what, if you are used to NVIDIA graphics and you all of a sudden go to AMD graphics, it's going to take you a few days to get used to it because it looks different. It really looks different. There you go. Right, so what else do we need to do? Okay, now we're going to go back. Let's close this thing. Now we're going to go to Navigraph. And let's get Navigraph on screen. There we go. Okay, so the idea behind what we did just now is we want to go to flights. And we're going to go import flights. And we're going to say import. That's stupid. Import from SimBrief. Right? EGNT to EHAM. We're going to select it. Going to take it. And there you go. You see, now it's bringing everything we did from the other side. Might as well hide that, right? Okay, so the only thing we did not get here was the approach, which is ILS. It's just consistent with how Zibo does it as well. So, no, that's the wrong one. We don't want that one. Yeah, that's the one we want. And the nice thing about Navigraph is it gives you nice graphic representation, so you know immediately what's spotting. Right. Oh, okay. We don't need that. All right. So, no worries, Mark. Enjoy. I'm not using it. This is the new beta, but I'm not using the explain weather. I'm using xEnviro, Christer. I did have the real weather in explain on for quite some time yesterday. I'm just not streaming it. There you go, Reggie. Guys are lining up. Right. Okay, gentlemen. So what I need to do is I need to get into my aircraft and get going. I'm going to have to concentrate a little bit. So if I'm quiet, that's the reason, not because I don't want to speak to you. And then I'll see you on the other side. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you. If you are doing it this way, once you've done your import, you can actually see your SimBrief OFP just by clicking this button there. It shows you the whole story as well. Okay. So then at least you can check if you're flying the right route and things like that, you know. Right, so we've activated our airside services. Yeah. Map. Let's take that one. Sure, we want to go out on D. All right, ground services. In actual fact, you know what? Whether I see the layout from the top, this might just be a better way of doing it.
Ground to flight deck. I can now see where you want to go. Just call me through the menu when you're ready.
Thank you so much. Right, parking brake is set. Let's get going. Nice sunrise this morning. Your damper can come on. We want to be on 3.5 and the landing altitude is what? Right, let's get Navigraph up onto the screen again. So if you guys are looking for the landing altitude, you can go to the arrival airport. You can check the chart. It's minus 11 feet. So we're just going to put that overhead on 0. That's the one place you can check it. The other place you can check it is if you go to the ILS. Right over here, it gives you the runway elevation as well as the airport information. So let me just zoom out, show you the relation of where it is. That's where you get that. All right. And that needs to be set before flight, both of them. Just helps the poor pressurization system do its thing. All right, let's get our weather. Mac, you okay there?
Yeah, fine.
Good, you're so quiet. I'm just checking. 1015. 1015. Right, and there we go. We're going to use 1000, which is the standard on all the networks, it seems now. Morning, ASO. Oh, no, it's nice. It's nice. I don't get to fly as much as I used to, you know. It's just unfortunate, but we'll get there. Right, so while we are on this page, let's quickly have a look. Our localizer is 1101 and the course is 182. We might as well set it up while we are looking at this, right? So let's just quickly change to the ILS. So 1101. We can flip it 1101, or we can just add the 0. Right, so is there a VOR? Yes, there is a VOR. Schiphol VOR 108.4. We can actually go set that as well. 108.4. Flip it back. 108.4. There we go. Tommy, I always plan from Navigraph and then send it to SimBrief because then I am in full control. I'm a control freak. I've always been one. I'll die one. Because of everything that, you know, has happened to me in my life, and the way I've been treated and grew up and things like that, you know, it's put me in a position where I don't trust automation at all. So for me, it's better. I do all my flight planning in Navigraph. Then I push it over onto SimBrief. SimBrief does what I tell it to do, and then it sends it back. So you can always once you've done it that way, you can always go back into Navigraph and tell it to import from SimBrief, because you now know what you have done and what you were supposed to do. Dankie. But that's me, because of, I'll tell you another reason. Okay, we had it last week, Saturday, for instance, where I think it was Saturday. Anyway, it was when we took off from Vienna. Vienna, as many other airports, have a standard operating procedure that tells you which runways to use for takeoff and landing. And then they give you parameters, and they tell you if the wind is more than 5 knots from the one side, or 25 knots from the other side, or 30 knots gusting, then you change the runway. They physically give it to you, and that is all in the documentation in Navigraph, right? So if you go and you want to fly to the realism level, it's always better to go read the documentation. Then you tell it which runway to use. SimBrief does not have that ability. It cannot discern which runway to use when, because it can't read and it can't understand the SOP. So typically what you will get at Madrid Barajas, for instance, is it's going to give you a runway that is by no means legal or valid in any way, shape or form in any galaxy, known or unknown. Okay, it gives you the wrong runway because you left your system on auto, or someone that doesn't understand how it works went and made a plan, and then somebody picks up on that plan and it gives it to you, and then it gets, perpetually just pushed forward. And for me, unfortunately or fortunately, whichever way you want to see it, for me, I like it. It's brilliant. I rather go and sit, read the SOP, see which runways to use. When I do the group flights with you guys, I've seen a lot of you use Flight Radar 24, so I use Radar Box. I even go so far as to go check the real world runway. Unfortunately, sometimes the real world weather is out, for instance, and then you've got another problem. We're not worried about that, but then we try and conform. Obviously, we want everybody to, it's so much easier. But that's me, If you don't care, if you don't fly with anybody else, you don't care, Excellent example, Christer. Yeah, because a lot of things that SimBrief does, 98% of it is very useful. We can't live without it. I mean, if they go bust tomorrow, we're all going to cry, because that's the gold standard. But from the 2% that's left, the one is it doesn't give you the correct runways always because of the above mentioned reasons. And the other thing is, a lot of things they do is generic, or it comes from somebody that doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm talking about the end user, because the reason they give you, or the fact that they give you the ability to use someone else's flight plan doesn't mean it's right. That's why they also offer you all the other facilities. You can even do a Euro control check on it, or a flight aware check on it if you're in the US or Australia or New Zealand, kind of a thing. But simmers, it depends on the level you sim at. Most guys here in South Africa that I'm aware of, and I'm talking about, just seeing what happens on Facebook and stuff, they've got no clue, man. They don't care. It's irrelevant what the technical side of things are. All they want is they want to come home from school or work, kick off their shoes, pretend to get in an aircraft and fly from point A to point B. They get a kick out of it. They're happy. They go away. They go do their homework or kiss the wife, or you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of people operate that way. I don't, and that's also the difference. And you need to decide to which level you want to simulate. You need to decide how realistic do you want it, and then it comes to studying, reading. And I know a lot of people don't like to read, a lot of people don't like to study, but you're not going to know these things until you actually study it, until you learn it, or you start flying with people who can teach you that, So again, that's just me. Anyway, let's stop rambling. It's not necessary. We'll get the packs on now. and get going.
Yeah, that's one thing that basic simming doesn't teach you. It makes pilots' job look very simple, but in real life it's
not.
much more difficult than it sounds. And you've
Mm.
got to remember, they're a driver of a bus or whatever, but you can't just park it at 30,000 feet when it breaks down.
Yeah, there's much more to it, you know, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with a simmer who just flies from point A to B, gets his kick, enjoys it. You know, there's got to be a place under the sun for that person, just as there's got to be a place under the sun for us, where we work with the real pilots almost every day, and where we get in under the hood, and when we start analyzing and actually doing things more proper, you know, if there is such a thing. So we just got to take it as it comes. Eh?
But the one thing you can be assured of, the Zibo gives you the opportunity to fly just about as realistic as real world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Right, you know what I did not do? Because we're talking so much. Sorry, I'm talking so much. I never checked my departure and arrival in FMC. And we didn't step through. Stop. And this is a vital step. I know a lot of simmers just skip. You've got to step through your legs list. If you have the wrong order here before your runway and your aircraft turns around because now it needs to go and hunt for the waypoint at the back, it's not a Zibo problem, man. That's just a programming problem. You didn't step through, you didn't fix it. And I mean, there's a lot of airports that have issues like that where they have the same waypoint as part of the arrival and the approach, and then they overlap, and then things happen. So you guys need to be wide awake for this. Yeah. I don't take the South African flight simulator okies. I didn't mean it in any negative way. What I'm saying is I see that a lot of guys, I mean, you're an exception, Patty. You're an exception, and there are exceptions. There's a lot of guys that they don't care. They don't care. Anyway. Right, route. Not what I wanted to do, dummy. The lights back on. Let's see. Alright, we're done. That's what I wanted to do. And my yoke is not playing with again today.
Trim up.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
Mart, you'll get the 700 when it's ready. When it's ready. Right, 5.5. That's it. That's done. We're ready. Let's just start our APU. Right there. Matt, because we're not getting paid to do it, if you are willing to put $100,000 on the table and you're willing to pay for the development, then we can look at it, but I don't know how much of the 100,000 we're going to use, and I don't know if we'll get or if we will need more. But you can start with 100,000 to show good faith, and then we can speak to Zibo and we can do something, But this is a free project. We've got families, we've got jobs, we've got all kinds of things that we do. We literally do this as a hobby, man. I mean, we don't have time. There's no more time.
Ground to flight deck, the tug is driving up.
So, I cannot recall the exact flight, honestly. I mean, I've got some old pictures here in the archives.
Are still opened, or the GPU or the ASU are still connected. I'm waiting for all of them closed and disconnected, then I will proceed.
Some of these photos still show only one FMC. That one was still the default FMC. And you saw rudimentary new little lines and things and so on. It's mind-blowing how far Zibo and Twixter and us have taken this aircraft, but the actual flight, nah, I don't know. I know it was very early on. The moment the news broke that there was something like the Zibo, I started flying it. Hello, Vaughan. Good morning. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay, let's see. I'm sitting here chowing away on a pizza on the side as well. I better stop and get some ATC going. Let's go check what these guys say. So it looks like we've only got ground now. Turn back the volume. So we have Kilo. I'm on stand 9. I think. Stand 9 is correct. Yeah. Grant, good morning. Skymatix 001, stand 9, Bravo 738 with information kilo on board, radio check. Skymatix 001 requesting IFR clearance to Amsterdam as filed.
Skymatix 001, information kilo is correct. You're clear to Amsterdam on the GIRLI 1 Yankee departure, squawk 4014 and QNH 1015.
Can you please repeat the squawk code?
4014.
Thank you, sir. Squawk is 4014. We'll use the GIRLI 1 Yankee departure off runway 25. Skymatix 001.
Skymatix 001, is that correct?
And we have, I think he said,
Skymatix 008, stand 6, requesting pushback and startup.
1015 on the QNH.
Skymatix 008, just confirm the booking for 706.
Sorry, sir, I did not get that. You're requesting?
Booking for 4706.
4706, Skymatix 008.
And Skymatix 008, pushing start approved, face of these.
And Skymatix 001, we are ready for push and start as well.
Look.
That's interesting. Skymatix 001, we are ready for push and start facing south, sir.
Pushing start approved, and face to the east. Skymatix 001.
Can you please repeat, your volume is a bit low there?
Pushing start approved, face to the east. Skymatix 001.
Right, then we'll have to change because we've set up for facing south to go straight out. Give us a minute, we'll call back. Skymatix 001.
Skymatix 001, no problem, you can face south, sorry about that. Pushing start approved, face south, Skymatix 001.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Push and start approved facing south, Skymatix 001. Oh yeah, he's waiting for me. I forgot. We need to get rid of the ground stuff.
Okay, Captain, all doors and hatches are closed. We're ready to connect.
Skymatix 356, approach the Navigraph and ATC, monitor Unicom 120, have a great flight, bye-bye.
Right.
Monitor Unicom
Before start procedure.
122.8. Thank you for the service. Goodbye, Skymatix
Before start
356.
procedure.
See ya.
Before start procedure complete. Ready for before start
Take's
checklist.
connected and the bypass pins installed. Release parking brake. We're commencing pushback. Clear to start engines in sequence.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
I want to tell you something. I know somebody who knows somebody. Okay. The current going rate for programmers doing the FMC or MCDU programming is between 180 and 200 US dollars per hour. Okay. So you can go and try and imagine doing that kind of thing and what kind of budget you need just on the FMC or MCDU. Okay.
25N2.
And this comes from an actual commercial developer. I know I'm not going to tell you who it is and you won't know, but this is what the going rate is.
Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Negative, Christer, not 120. 150 up to 200. 150 up to 200.
Ground to fly deck, the pushback's complete, set parking brake. We're disconnecting the tow, stand by.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Before taxi procedure. Click the wrong bloody button. Sorry.
The park brake is on, sir.
I pressed toga, so now why is... Oh, this thing needs to go and catch the thing. I pressed the toga button. Can you believe it? Just accidentally. I just pressed toga. Blooming stupid. Okay. So what tripped off? What is not working? Oh yeah. Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
That's what didn't happen. While we are thinking about it, joystick. Let's just do this. Yeah. Yeah, look, I mean, we were talking about simmers versus guys trying to do it a little bit more realistic. I can do it from here, I promise you. But then it's just going to be a entertainment show, not real, unfortunately. CJ.
Before taxi procedure complete.
Her name is Linda, CJ.
For before taxi checklist.
If you Google Linda Zibo Copilot, you'll get all the links and you can buy her for yourself as well. Right. You can go and hide. Make sure she did her job. Happiness is. Low light speed. Yeah. I like my Linda. You leave my Linda alone. You get your own one. Right. Okay. Good. Let's contact this guy. Ground Skymatix 001, ready for taxi. Did I actually broadcast?
Ground Skymatix 008, ready
No.
for taxi.
Probably not. Oh, let me just pull on this wire again.
Taxi runway 25, holding for Delta 1 via Alpha Delta, Skymatix 08.
Skymatix 001, also ready for taxi.
information. Call you back.
Holding and waiting for callback. Skymatix 001. See,
All
not
stations,
my
all stations, Newcastle broadcast. Information, Lima is current, QNH 1014, Newcastle out.
1014. Krister. That helicopter of Uncle John is amazing, eh? Did you guys see?
001, once the company aircraft has passed from your right to, actually, never mind, he'll be taxiing right in front of you. So after the company aircraft, taxi, holding point Delta 1 via Delta.
Holding point Delta 1 via Delta, following company traffic. Skymatix 001. I think performs like a Boeing today. Uncle John had the misfortune of having a Windows problem, and he then proceeded to do a complete Windows system restore on his PC, and he's been rebuilding it for the last 2 days at a frantic pace. I think that's why he missed that he's got the empty Oliver helicopter set up. We'll talk to him afterwards.
Skymatix 008, enforced movements of ATC, 1 Unicorn 122.08, have a good rest of your flight, bye bye.
122.8, and thank you very much for your service, sir.
I only have one hand today for the mouse and for the tiller, sorry. Yeah, he is late today. He was actually sitting and thinking he was not sure whether he's going to do the flight or not. And I'm kind of happy he did it, you know, just try it, see what happens.
Skymatix 001, forced movements of ATC, 1 Unicorn 122.08, have a good rest of your flight, bye bye.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming out today and helping us. Have a great day on your side as well. We'll monitor Unicorn 122.8, Skymatix 001.
Thank you very much for your...
That helicopter is amazing. Wait. Check it. There it goes. Cutting down that runway. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, Uncle John. I'm going to take a screenshot just now. Let me just get myself in the correct position. He's flying too fast. That helicopter, that's Airwolf, man. Ah, he's fast, eh? Anyway, I'll let him be. Oh, yeah. I wonder how many turkeys he got into that helicopter, though. That is his stealth mode. They think it's a helicopter, but it's not. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff.
I suppose this is the anti-ice bay over here.
Before
Warm
takeoff
up and all.
procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Newcastle traffic, submitting 008, taking off runway 25.
Yeah, Christer, I started a good 3 or 4 times there. This morning, for some reason, it feels like somebody pulled up a handbrake on my system. I was talking to Mac about it earlier. I'm not sure what it is. I even closed my STKP, thinking that might help, but I don't know. I don't know if it's Navigraph, what exactly it is, but something is definitely interfering with my FPS here. 122 decimal.
Extra loading on X-Plane since the update. Remember, in beta.
Could be that. It could be all the extra loading I'm putting on Navigraph. I don't know. I've just taken the weather off Navigraph. Yeah, I think it's that, Mac. It was the weather. It's feeling better now.
Okay.
Well, I hope. We'll see. We'll have to let it run. It could be that the system just stabilized, you know, because we're standing still. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, Symlink is probably the greatest threat between those two, but you're right. The combo can be deadly sometimes. And I mean, since the last update in STKP, I must be honest, I haven't really had any issues. I haven't really had any FPS issues. Not with it. We'll see. So there's Anthony going. I have to wait my 3 minutes. I'll give him a chance and then go.
Newcastle traffic, submitting 008 on the GIRLI 1 Yankee departure, passing 5,000, lost call.
Skymatix 001, line up, runway 25, Newcastle. And there we can do takeoff already.
Approaching 25.
Newcastle traffic, Skymatix 001, taking off runway 25.
On runway 25.
Stabilized.
Toga.
Takeoff thrust set. knots. Throttle hold. Acceleration altitude.
Command A. I've got a customer on WhatsApp now, and that's why I didn't pull my flaps up correctly. Sorry.
Flaps up and set.
Right, I might as well go to standard now. There's no reason to stay here. Not that I'm aware of. Our altitude hold, the restriction is at flight level, so that's fine.
Transition altitude.
Most of these guys are restricted to 8,000. Right, there we're climbing.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches off.
Mister, there's nothing much to tell about the weather radar, okay? Apart from this, Zibo has developed the interface and this panel based on the latest SDK. All right, now remember, he gets the new versions of X-Plane as one of the top developers before, we all get them. So this is basically now, you can turn the knobs, but it's got no influence on the weather radar. It does not work yet in our version of X-Plane because the data refs simply don't exist for us. You see? So that's about the only thing we can say right now. It's there and it's lying and waiting for 1.4, 12, X-Plane version 12.1.4 to come. The moment that comes, we'll be okay. The one thing that started working for me yesterday again was obviously the radar display on the ND, and I did post some pictures in some Facebook as well as in Discord. It looks freaking impressive, but it's just not fully functional yet. curious to see this crab. Doesn't really look that bad, but you can see it's there. Hello, Andrew. My friend, I don't know. I just work here. That's my defense. Oh, look at those clouds.
1000 to level off.
By the way, this is xEnviro, that alpha build I've been flying for months already, and it works really nice in the new X-plane. Yesterday when I just did the update, I had all kinds of problems. It took me like 35 minutes from the installation was done until I could actually get into X-plane. There was so many complications on my machine, and I couldn't figure it out, and it's just persisted. Reboot, retry. I eventually ran, the updater again, and then it all just magically worked. I even tried it with Active Sky. I tried it with real world weather. It was interesting. And just all of a sudden, everything just came together and it worked. Uncle John. Uncle John. You won't believe it. I'm not drinking coffee, Christer. That's a good guess because that's what I usually do, always. But I got myself some slow mag yesterday. It's just to help me with some energy because the last 2 weeks I've been working myself silly. And this weekend I need to study again. So when I'm done here, I'm going to start with that. So I need a bit of energy and just to get rid of the slump. Andrew, you can get this version that I have. It's an alpha build. The terms and conditions, everything is on their Discord. You can actually go download it from the xEnviro Discord and have the same as I have. The official release, as far as I understand from Magnus, we're looking towards middle to end December. Okay, so that was kind of the planning. Sounds good, Christer. Yeah, I know the feeling, Andrew. Look, it's not perfect, but it's a huge improvement. I like flying with it. I just get used to it, you know. The one thing that you can't do with this, it seems, is fly the prop jobs. I've tried various little prop aircraft, and it doesn't seem to be compatible with it. It cuts your screen in half. You can't see the top side of your fuselage, things like that. It's a stupid thing that it does. The other thing is sometimes on approach, you have to just switch it off and back on to refresh the weather because it doesn't clear, you know, well enough for you to land properly. And then obviously it's got these little development windows here on the side, which I just always hide, which you can also hide. Unfortunately, only the developer can switch them off on screen, you know, so you guys never see them. It's just for us guys testing and getting assignments to do, you know, that we really need them. That's a good one. Yeah, Captain Scotty. Uncle John. He's here, but he's not here. I just realized I better start prepping. We're gonna have to land soon and did nothing. Let's see. Information, Oscar.
Ready for descent procedure.
Right, so we don't miss that. Zero 1 8. Why forget? $187. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? But you're very quiet. Let me just see.
No, it's me.
Okay. 6. Did you like flying that chopper this morning, that helicopter? Your MTL on Ivea was showing you the helicopter. I was bragging. I told them you bought Airwolf.
Yeah, I'm in a bit of a mess at the moment.
I understand. Don't worry. We'll sort you out somehow.
I've kicked all the Orbx out.
Yeah, we just need to re-establish all the links and everything. Put everything nicely where it should be.
Well, as I say, I've got to reinstall all of Orbx again because I've kicked it all out.
Okay, but physically from the hard drives as well.
Everything.
Okay, in terms of shortcuts and actual location.
I think so, yeah.
Almost forgot to switch my frequencies. There we go. Okay, I'm ready. You stop off descent. If you're talking to us, we can't hear you. I don't think he's talking to us.
Approach top of descent.
Who are you talking to? Alright. Let's have a look see. I don't know what you're referring to. Let's have a look see. Yeah, it is right. Which oh, you're talking still about this. I remember now, Clarence. Sorry, took me a moment. Yeah. The only time it won't be there is if that information isn't in the files that it reads, you know. So, and then obviously you have to configure the FMC correctly, but that's another story. I trust you can do that. Right, okay, let's see. ATC.
KLM 888 heavy, didn't maintain present heavy.
KLM 888, maintain present heading, descend to flight level 40.
Descent to level 40, and we're actually heading direct to Sierra Papa Lima. Did we turn right?
No, sir, you can turn heading 280 for the moment. Heading 280.
Roger, heading 280 and descend 4,000 feet, KLM 888.
Okay, man, 171. Be able to switch to tower?
Able to switch to tower, cable 171.
You're a little bit high for the moment. Turn left heading, right heading 210 for the ILS. You see that heading on flight altitude 44. You have to descend.
Descending cable 171.
Schiphol approach, good morning, with you dinner 258, climbing 3,000 feet now.
Roger, Roger, 258, full active, please.
Dinner 258 is quite recycled already.
Roger, Transavia 258, climb flight level 130, direct route.
Climb flight level 130, direct which point please?
Direct Woody, Whiskey, Oscar, Oscar, Delta, Yankee.
Roger that, direct Woody, dinner 258.
Schiphol approach, good morning, Transavia 5243.
Transavia 5243, good morning, sir. Position?
Transavia 5243, we are at Rotterdam, Delta 2, request clearance to Lisbon, ready go.
Okay, sir, please stand by, I have a mayday. I will be with you in a few minutes. KLM 888 Heavy, expect ILS, runway 18 center, during a mayday on 18 right. Runway 18 center.
Roger, KLM 888 Heavy, we expect ILS, runway 18 center.
Roger, and frequency 18 center for the ILS 10950. KLM 888, reduce speed 200 or less.
Reduce speed 200 or less, KLM 888.
We just got center. Center, good morning, Skymatix 001. Incoming from the north. We are descending through flight level 252. And next waypoint is LAMSO.
Skymatix 001, code day identified. Descent flight level 100, LAMSO 2 Alpha arrival, runway 18 right.
LAMSO 2 Alpha arrival, runway 18 right, and we're going down to 10,000 feet, Skymatix 001.
after the radar, hello, Air France 857 on flight level 360, inbound record.
Air France 857, good day, identified, continue with files, you're clear to descend, flight level 310.
Continue as filed and clear to descend flight level 310 for Air France 857.
Good morning, Schiphol radar with you, Tina 258 climbing through flight level 120 now, inbound Woody.
Tina 258, good day, climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Tina 258.
Skymatix 008. Descent flight level 610. Expect runway 18 right.
Doesn't like the minuses.
70, expecting or runway 18 right. Skymatix 008.
Hi Rob, hello. Clarence, I'm not sure if you heard me or did not hear me, but I did point to the approach page here. It's working fine.
2116.
Walk, please, can you repeat?
Kurdistan e-paper, good morning.
2116.
2116, Scandinavian 110.
Skymatix 008, after Shutdown, heading 090.
After Zibo, heading 090, Skymatix 008.
Dinner 258, climb flight level 210.
Continue level 210, Tina 258.
Skymatix 008, report the no heading to Schiphol approach 121.205, bye-bye.
Report at new heading to Schiphol approach. Thank you for your service.
Amsterdam Castle with Air France 428 240 and descent to LN.
428, good day, continue Ellen to Alpha arrival, expect runway 18 right, descent flight level 100.
LN to Alpha arrival, LS 18 right, to level 100, Air France 428.
Scandinavian 115, identified, proceed direct to Woody.
Proceed direct to Woody, Scandinavian 110.
No problem, Christer. If that's what you experienced, then great.
Dinner 258,
I'm glad to hear that.
122.8, bye-bye.
I seen the change notes. They said that the altitude jumping has been fixed. I really hope so.
001, continue descent flight level 80.
Continue descent 80, Skymatix 001.
And Skymatix 001, after Shutdown, heading 070.
After Sugal, heading 070, Skymatix 001.
Air France 857, continue descent flight level 250.
Rester, the only
Descent, flight level
comment I have on the live weather is yesterday when I tested it, it was an hour old. You know, and when you fly online and you have to rely on the QNH to be the same, especially when you do your RNAVs and things, that's not good enough, eh? Well, I really hope they can make this thing work faster.
008, this is still radar. Approach is 121.205. Apologies.
Morning, Gilbert.
001, report the new heading to Schiphol approach 121.205.
121.205 will report the new heading, Skymatix 001.
Air France 857, Amsterdam.
Skymatix 008, descend to flight level 40, turn left heading 060.
Turn left heading 060, descending to flight level, or to 4000, Skymatix 008.
Approach, good morning, Skymatix 001. We are approaching Schiphol.
Skymatix 01, radar contact, flight level 125. Reduce your speed to 20 or less, and after Schiphol, heading 060.
After Schiphol 060, and we'll reduce speed to 20 or less, Skymatix 001. Go for it.
Skymatix 001, you can descend to flight level 50.
Descent 50, Skymatix 001. Right. Well, that's one good step. I agree, Krister. I agree. I'm just pointing out the obvious, you know. I know it doesn't matter to a lot of people, but again, based on the previous conversation, it's supposed to, you know, does make a difference for me. When I go, is this thing. Oh, now it's obviously not working. Oh, there we are. When I use this facility and I go EHAM, and this thing tells me that the X-plane weather is not the same as what it's supposed to be.
001, turn your heading left 065, sir.
Forgot. 065, Skymatix 001. Apologies, I did slip.
No problem, sir.
The problem, Krister, is the ordinary simmer doesn't know how to discern between actual weather in the sim and what they see on flight radar outside or wherever. That's a problem, because you need to use the weather that's in the sim. What happens in the other world is another world. It's not supposed to be there. Sorry, I know you can't hear me when I talk over other people, damn it. We'll leave that conversation for later then.
You can expect runway 185, frequency ILS 110.10.
Expecting 18 right on ILS 110.10.
Skymatix, your partner is freezing. Please turn left heading 360. Skymatix 001, 360.
360, Skymatix 001. Yes, so and that's my whole point. You can have the best depiction, you can have everything stable, all those things. I agree, it's very nice. But if you don't use the actual weather in X-plane and you use external weather, it's as good as checking the weather on Mars to see whether you need to put on a jersey or not. It's irrelevant, it's useless, it's bogus. You can't do that. You have to know the difference between actual weather in the sim how to use that and disregard the other one when it's useless. You have to know things like that. And unfortunately...
008, turn the right heading 140, cleared ILS approach 18 right, report established at tower 119-230.
Heading right 1404 runway 18 right. Report next when established on airline.
Morning. That's good news. Actually, it's been a long time coming, eh?
Level 1 enter the river and then heading 010.
From 428, good day sir, radar contact, flight level 105. From present position, heading 020, expect ILS runway 18 right, descend to flight level 70.
From the position heading 020, ILS 18 right and level over 70 FR 428.
Skymatix 001, turn right heading 090, descend to 2000 feet, QNH 1018.
090, 2000 feet, QNH 1018, Skymatix 001. 2000, QNH 1018. Matt, you must put some pictures up on Zibo Pilots Group when you get there, eh? Or at least somewhere we can have a look.
Skymatix 001, you please turn to 140, clear the ILS runway 18 right, report established on tower 119-230.
Make you turning right 140 and we'll report established on tower Skymatix 001.
5243, region front. Taxi gate Alpha 4 via Alpha, Skymatix 356.
Skymatix 356 is Hotel 4.
Hotel 4, Skymatix 356.
Skymatix 08 with you. 7 nautical miles on the ILS runway 18 right.
Skymatix 008, super power, good morning, wind 220 degrees at 10 knots, runway 18 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 1.
Approaching transition.
Skymatix 0355, roger, frequency change approved, thanks for flying, have a nice day, bye bye.
Alright, auto brake, we need to set. It's a long, ek sê jy nou wat, so my auto brake string, we'll listen to ATC. Speed brake is out. Cabin secure, and now got the lights. Flaps is already at 10. 1101. 101, 1101.
KLM 101 on the blocks, Hotel 5, KLM 101.
We really need to descend. Where are too high?
15 seat change approved. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Ja, Erwin bedankt en zeg Bert ook maar bedankt. Oké, dag.
Transition
Jo,
level.
ga ik doen. Fijne dag.
Ready for approach checklist.
Helder.
Speed. Break.
1000 to level off.
Here we go.
Radio altimeter.
Ooh, that's borderline. Damn it.
Skymatix is right, he's clear, active runway 181.
Skymatix 008. Good. Welcome to Amsterdam. Taxi gate Golf 5 at Whiskey 13 cross runway 18 center.
Cleared for stand Golf 5 via Whiskey 13, cross 18 center. Somebody's right.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
My speed brakes on again. Flaps 15. Gear is down. 3 green. There you go. It'll take us to flaps 30.
Ready for landing checklist.
Tower, good morning. Skymatix 001. ILS runway 18 right. 3.8 DME.
Skymatix 001. Good day. The wind 220 degrees at 10 knots. Runway 18 right, clear to land.
18 right, clear to land. Skymatix 001.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Approaching 1A right.
Tower, good day. Alpha 212, radio check.
500. Clear to land runway 18 right.
Tower, good morning, region 5.
500.
Which runway in use now?
400.
Alpha 212, runway 24 in use.
300.
That wind's pushing.
Approaching decision height. 200. Minimums.
Half overcorrected, but
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use.
that was nice.
60 knots. Yet. Great landing. You are
Thank you so
professional.
much. Skymatix 001, runway vacated.
Skymatix 001, welcome to Amsterdam. Taxi gate Golf 7 at Whiskey 13, cross runway 18 center, standard route.
All right. Stand Golf 7, Whiskey 13, standard route, Skymatix 001. Hope I know what I'm doing. Okay. 7 Whiskey 13. That's Whiskey 13 over there, right? Okay, we have to keep our eyes open. Then I need to go and check where this gate is. Let's go. What on earth? Huh? What do you mean? Did they not change this thing? Keyboard. Control Shift M. Yeah. Let's just quickly take it out. Oh, you know what could happen? We could have a wrong zoom level. That could be it.
Schiphol, Skymatix V56 on the blocks at
Yeah, that's it.
Hotel 4. Thank you for the service.
Skymatix 356, Roger. Thanks for flying. See you next
Golf.
time. Bye-bye.
There's Golf 7 over there. There's Golf 7. So we're going to go Whiskey 13. I don't know why this one don't have the 13. Oh, am I looking at the wrong place? Because that is supposed to be Whiskey 13 and it says it's Whiskey 5. Let's just check. Oh, it's Whiskey 5 on this side. That one must be Whiskey 13. So that's the wrong designator. So we're going to come down there. And we're going to go. Yes. Yeah, I picked up on that. Just took me a second.
Just keep going straight up there and your bears off to the right.
Yeah. After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Bless you.
After landing procedure complete. Flaps up and set.
Schiphol Tower, hello, F1 428 with you, establish localizer 1H range.
428, Schiphol Tower, good morning. Wind 220 degrees at 10 knots, runway 18 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 1H right, F1 428.
we take the inner or outer? That's the next question. I suppose we're taking the inner because we're going towards the parking, eh? So from Whiskey 5, I've got a Delta, which is next to the runway, and a Charlie that's next to the other apron. What would be the inner and outer there? I mean, it's self-explanatory when we get to the main terminal, but I just don't want to create a problem here. Hello, Peter. So it will be Whiskey 13, Whiskey 5, then either Delta or Charlie. Oh, it's got arrows. Don't worry. I see the arrows. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let's just look at the chart. So we're going to take Delta. I hope that's what the arrows mean, but anyway, we'll see now. Always the taxiway on the right. Okay. That would exactly then match those little arrows. Donkey, donkey.
Approaching 1-8 center.
Amsterdam Tower, November 200 Kilo Alpha, inbound, report point Victor, request for touch and go runway 22, November 200 Kilo Alpha.
Approaching.
November 200 Kilo Alpha, departure, report, approaching Bravo.
We report approaching Bravo, November 200 Kilo Alpha.
Can't be too far. I think it's this one. Must be. This is Alpha then. I think this is then the inner side. Yeah, I think we got it right. Oh, absolutely, I can imagine. Can imagine also.
FL 428, welcome to Amsterdam, taxi gate Foxtrot 9er. At Whiskey 13, cross runway 18 center.
Oh, if it's still request gate closer, like in uniform apron F1428.
France 428 will gate 1279 work for you.
Which gate do you say, F1428?
1279.
Yeah, no, uniform apron, just after crossing runway is fine for you.
You can go to Juliet 180 then.
Okay, Juliet 81 for the 777 F1 thank you.
Ik wil al heel dicht bij de runway staan, nou doei.
Yes, E-Piper, good morning. Right, so now I'm looking for whiskey 7.
Delta 212, Roger, see you later.
Copy. On my left. Number 2. Number 1, that is not 2. And there we have the gang. Lovely.
Amsterdam Tower, November 200 Kilo Alpha, approaching report point Bravo, request authorization for touch and go.
November 200 Kilo Alpha, report downwind.
Report downwind, November 200 Kilo Alpha.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
Thank you, Linda. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard stories, huh? Good, Tommy. Excellent. Thank you for asking your questions, and thank you for everybody watching, everybody flying, and all the ATC. Guys, I really appreciate it, and I know everybody else involved does. So thank you for your support.
Amsterdam Tower, November 200 Kilo Alpha on runway 22.
Procedure complete.
No, November 200 Kilo Alpha, the wind is 220.
Righto. I'm going to hop upstairs quickly. Gentlemen, ladies, if there are any, thank you. I'm going to log off now, and I'll be back as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed it.